Hello YouTubers, this is Tia from Musings of a Mystic, and I'm back with another kind of like collective reading. This one's going to be about current events that are going on in the world right now. Like I did one of these current event readings about Jeffrey Epstein, but then I ended up not uploading that. I think I just got like, I don't know, discouraged. I was like, oh, nobody's gonna want to watch that. And then I go onto YouTube and find like other readers had did readings about Jeffrey Epstein, and my reading was pretty accurate. It's like around somewhere. I'll probably post it eventually. I actually might delete it, but if I do find it, I will post it. But this one, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna put it up, and then we'll just see what happens after that. So this is kind of about the worldwide pandemic that's going on right now, and kind of what you can do to, protect yourself, and basically what you can do to stay ahead and keep ahead of the situation. So the question is, what do we all need to know about this pandemic, COVID-19 coronavirus? What do we need to know about it? What's the most important thing we need to know? And the King of Pentacles flipped over. This, I kind of feel like, indicates the 45%, 45. But we're going to see if it goes out again. What is the most important thing? And it might be several things that we really need to know as a people. But what is the most important thing we need to know? Looks like rapid spreading with the 8 of Wands. Rapid spreading, and we're all gonna have to kind of work together to really get ourselves, situated as a society. What's the most important thing we need to know about COVID-19? This thing is like targeted. This is the Five of Swords that came out. It is kind of targeted. And it might be something that kind of spreads quickly, and it's very vicious for some people. And it's very secretive too. It's like when your backs are turned, it's gonna sneak up on you. But only if you're really, immunocompromised and, immunocompromised and also, what is the word? At risk, basically. So what do we all need to know about this situation? This is the after tarot too. So lots of people will be quarantined at home. Lots of people will be at home with their families and their children. We're already seeing this now, where schools are getting shut down. Certain businesses are already shutting down. But this is it's going to close out an old cycle and open up a new cycle. Something that'll help us all kind of get to a point of change. This is kind of like something that is, the world's never going to be the same again, basically. A lot of things will be starting off at square one again. After the quarantine, after everything is all said and done and the virus has slowed down, we will end up like going back to square one, but not all the way to zero, but like to the point where we already know where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do, and we're going to have to like revamp lots of systems, like health systems. It has gotten to the point where it has shown us some secrets. You know, where it came from, the country that it came from. They were very secretive about what was going on. They were very secretive about how many were sick and how many were dying. They lied blatantly about certain things, and there were media blackouts and all sorts of other things. And those things came out, okay? And I believe we're also going to have other secrets coming out too. Like, how is it possible that the government, they're talking about sending all American adults $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever as like a stimulus package, right? How is it possible they can do that during times like this, but they can't do it at other times, right? So this, to me, is speaking of secrets pouring out, occult knowledges that are pouring out, especially when it comes to like government and things like that. But I think it also speaks of it going dormant for a while and then coming back after a certain period of time. Like the virus going dormant for a little while and seeming like it's getting better and then coming back and then going away, again. What do we need to know? This is something that is going to change lots of different healthcare, the government. It's going to be changing a lot of major systems, like the Medicare system or medical systems, healthcare systems, how we deal with travel, things like that. So we're also going to have to be. This to me speaks of like the internet, getting messages through the internet. And I feel like these two cards go together, where it's talking about being quarantined and being at home and having to get our information over the internet. We also have the the Ace of Swords here. The card in this deck looks almost just like this, except that I think it's turned over. The sword is turned over and the crown is on top of the ace. So here we've got like still talking about communication, but also talking about like new ideas and new things coming out of this. Like I see this as being positive, where lots of people will be quarantined at home. Things are not going to be the way that they were, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Things are going to change relatively drastically. And for many of you, it'll be a time where you can actually manifest a new life for yourself. So like if you see right now that the job that you're working isn't paying you enough, and they also treat you like crap during this time where there was an outbreak of a virus, right? I see this being a time where you guys can say like, look, these people weren't working for me. They weren't good to me. So I'm going to leave them and I'm going to go somewhere else and manifest what I want out of my life, right? So I don't see this being so devastating that the world can't recover, but I do see this being something that we as a people will have to be very adaptable to. The secrets about what's going on will continue to come out. And then I feel like it'll go dormant for a little while and then it'll come back up again. And lots of us will have to kind of be on the internet or, in cyberspace trying to get our information. I also see the King of Swords and the High Priestess as more secret information. Hold on, let me get my cord from my phone so it won't die. I'm watching my GoPro on the phone. I need my phone to control my GoPro. And I don't want it to die while I'm making this video, so. Don't want to have to merge two videos together. So anyway, back to the reading. What we need to know about what's going on here. There is knowledge that we don't have right now, and I'm going to... I think this is the same deck. No, maybe that's... I'm going to clarify the High Priestess. whole deck is upside down. This is the Ten of Cups again. Ten of Cups came out twice, guys. Temperance. And then there goes that Ace of Swords I was talking about, guys. If you are like a healthy person, if you're within this age range here, where, you know, these people are mother, father, children, if you're like in this age range, I see you being, even if you get sick, I see a lot of you recovering pretty well, healing up just fine, and really getting like a clean bill of health. Now, if you have some kind of illness, go see a doctor, go see a medical professional. If you feel a little sick, definitely stay home. Take what they're telling you over the airwaves and stuff. Like, if you're feeling sick, stay at home, right? Do whatever the CDC, whatever your doctor tells you to do. Don't be freaked out though. Like, I don't see a reason here to be freaked out. I see great healing here in the middle of everything. I'm seeing also that there's a media smokescreen, basically. This to me is like media, and they're really trying to kind of so a lot of these media people are trying to freak people out. They're trying to get, like, you know, views and stuff, and the way that they do that is to say inflammatory things and make you think that the world is ending when it's not. Something's been trying to end the world for the last, you know, 100,000 years or whatever, right? And we're still here. Oh, you know, there's Y2K, and then there was Spanish flu. Well, the Spanish flu came before Y2K, way before it. Then there was, you know, all these other influenzas, and then HIV, and everything came out. But we're still here, though. We're still here. And we will continue to be here. But definitely take care of yourself. On these two cards, I see young people. It's interesting how it evolves, right? I see the young people here, but on this card, the old man is gone. So if you are older, and this is not something that I'm pulling out of the thin air or whatever, this is kind of like pruning of the tree. So if you're older, or if you have underlying conditions, listen to what the CDC is saying, listen to what your doctors are saying. Definitely be healthy, stay hydrated, make sure that you follow whatever the instructions are for your area. If it's like being quarantined, definitely stay inside, you know, because the elderly and people who are already sick are at higher risk for this. You know? So, I'm seeing, like I said, the whole family, and the old man is gone. And it's interesting, too, because according to the statistics right now, older men, are at higher risk at passing away from this than older women are, which is interesting. But I think this had to come around to kind of shake us up. So that we could start over again with new ideas, new ways of thinking, new perspectives, new thoughts, even new ways of doing healthcare. You know, even a lot of people are going to look at new ways of taking care of their children. And it's like, oh, the secret's out. The secret's out, and now we see how lots of children don't have enough food in America. Lots of people don't have health care when they need it. We don't have sick leave, right? We don't have vacation days. Lots of people who work at, like, I don't know, fast food places, they don't have the luxury of being able to not go to work because they're sick, because they need that money to pay rent. You know what I mean? So it's like, after it's all said and done, all of these things will come out. They will come out during the peak of this hysteria, and when the smoke clears, we're going to have to look at how, like, why it was the way it was. You know what I mean? Like, why it got so bad. why we didn't have enough tests. And I feel like I kind of see this as being the sword being thrown down, you know? Um, when it all is said and done, some of us will have to go to fight, you know, for certain rights. Like, the government knows everyone doesn't have the same opportunities, they don't have the same access to certain things, right? But they don't care. But now, after it's all said and done, I kind of see this being like the warrior spirit arising, where we're going to all have to be like, okay, so where do we want to go now? We want a society where everyone has access to childcare, or food, or healthcare, right? So honestly, I don't see this as being like an extinction level kind of thing. I just see this as something that will blow over eventually. Definitely follow the laws and the rules and the quarantines and the curfews and everything of where you are. But after it's all said and done, we're going to have to figure out where we want to go. And a lot of us will already know. And we're going to have to manifest this as a group of people. Bring these new ideas in, these new systems, these new laws, even. Revamp everything, because we're not going to be able to continue like this as a people, with not having childcare, not having food, our bills and stuff being the way that they are, being evicted for certain things, you know, not having enough money, not having enough resources, just getting by. And I see this as kind of like being a revolutionary thing. So, with that being said, take care of yourselves. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ta.